just across the border from Botswana, and we're in a little section called the Caprivi Strip. It's like a little sandwich part of the country in the very north between Angola on one side, Zambia on the other, and Botswana below. And it's a really beautiful part of the planet. We have this is Zambezi right here, yeah? The Zambezi River right here. Just do like a little shot towards that. And so we're at a campground just right next door, and yesterday I heard some singing. I heard like children singing and laughing and joking around, and I wanted to know what it was, so I walked around the corner and found this beautiful piece of land with a lot of children at it. There's 53 to be exact. I found it's a nice little orphanage here on the river. I met some very friendly people. Today they invited us to church, which was great. And then I'm going to talk to a couple of gentlemen here, Uncle Toa and Uncle Felix. who are here. They help look after everything here, and hopefully they're going to explain what they do and maybe some of the things they could use and tell us a little bit about the place. So, gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and just maybe explain what you do here.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm Uncle Toa. Everyone here is either uncle or aunt. Yeah, so I'm Uncle Toa, and my wife and I are the directors, missionary directors.
Missionary directors, okay,
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So what that basically means is we are the fathers of these children, and then the supervisors of the workers and volunteers and all the other staff that are here.
Yeah.
So that is what.
So you're the father of 53 children.
53 who are here.
That's who are here,
a lot more who are outside.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's great. And Uncle Felix, what's your role here?
Thank you. I'm the social worker here.
Yeah.
I'm the social worker. Mostly I deal with children, counseling, giving advice, trying to maintain their well-being.
Yeah, that's great. And how do you like it?
I like it very much.
Yeah.
I really enjoy spending much time with children.
Yeah. Now, I could tell yesterday when we came, and your wife said, "Oh, Felix can take you and show you around." You spent like an hour with us, showing us around, explaining everything, and where all the children sleep, and what goes on in school, and everything like that. Okay. That sounds like really nice. How long have you been here for?
I've been here for 6 months now.
For 6 months?
Yeah, I'll be here for I'm in 10, so
yeah.
I'll be ending my attachment in December.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you fit in really well. Like today when we were at the church service, it seemed like you talked and all the children listened and they were interested in what you had to say and liked your feedback and everything like that. And they all called you. Well, actually, they called us Auntie and Uncle too. So maybe it wasn't that they felt much different than we did. They also seemed very comfortable around us. It's great. So this is an orphanage that the government founded, or or the church founded, or how did it end up to be here?
Okay, yeah. So this place was founded in 2003.
Okay.
At the apex of HIV and AIDS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So its roots are in the States.
Oh, they're in the U.S. United States.
Yeah, in the US.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. In the state of Maryland.
In Maryland.
Yeah. In Maryland. Yeah. So there's a church there called Mount Zion, United Methodist.
Mount Zion, yeah.
Yeah, Mount Zion.
Yeah.
Hence the name Children of Zion.
Yeah.
So we are children of Mount Zion Church.
Oh,
so God spoke with a couple there to come and start this place, especially for victims of HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
So at that time, 2003, around that time, there were so many people dying of HIV and AIDS. So that's how it started.
Oh wow!
So it's a result of generous people, church people, listening to God to come and start this place.
Wow!
Yes.
So most of the children that were here originally, their parents had passed away from HIV or AIDS.
Yes, originally. Yes,
oh, wow.
Original. So I don't know if you saw it in the hall that you were in the morning.
Yeah.
Check service. Their names written there.
Oh no, I didn't see them.
Yeah. If their names there.
Like the people who helped start it?
No, who passed on.
Oh.
Young babies.
Yeah.
Who passed on.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Because some were being dumped. I mean, it was a mess. You see, during that time. So that's how it started. But as time progressed, and I mean the dynamics of HIV and AIDS are now
a little better.
Yeah, a little better. So the focus shifted.
Yeah.
The focus shifted. Now we're very few who are still victims of that. Yeah, because as time progressed, then it stopped to be as rife as it used to be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so then, how do most children end up here now?
So I would say I'm not sure about the specific numbers, but I would say 50% of our children are victims of either gender-based violence, or parents who are just irresponsible.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know, you know, maybe they are too drunk to be parents. I mean, you know, or human trafficking. Yes, we have shifted from HIV and AIDS to human trafficking. You see, this being a town close to many countries. Botswana is here, Zambia is there, and Angola is there, Zimbabwe is just there. So there's a lot of people coming in, going out, and these kind of things. And there's a lot of human trafficking that happens, especially on children. Yeah. So currently we actually have 2 siblings who are from the DRC.
From the DRC, Dominican Republic of the Congo.
Democratic Republic of Congo. And that's one country away from here. So Zambia and then DRC. So they were victims of human trafficking.
Well,
you know,
terrible.
That's quite traumatic. So we also have children who were taken from the streets. You know, who were taken from the streets, ran away from home because either parents were gone or parents were too drunk to be parents or things like that. Then went into the streets, so they were taken from the streets.
And you or someone here would find them like in the streets just alone and say, "Hey, we can help you."
No, so we get our children from the government. So the process is like they are social workers, government social workers. So those are the ones that do assessments. So, for example, if you go to town and you see a child who you think might need our services, you have to inform the Ministry of Gender and Child Welfare. So they send their social workers to do an assessment. If they are satisfied that this child really needs our services, then they get in touch with us if you have space, things like this, and if you confirm that we can take the child in, then they go to court. Then they get a court order. So all the children that we have here are placed in terms of a court order.
So it's very documented.
So we are the legal guardians of these children.
Right. That's your legal guardian. You're actually the legal dad and uncle.
So the process is very good because it has checks and balances. And
that's good.
So
and so just ask you. So when the children come, what is your role with helping them or getting them back on their feet or directing them in the future? What is it you do for the children?
Okay, so when children come here, then I'll do assessment. You know, I'll interview the child. To know his psychological state, well-being state. Then after that, we'll arrange a house where the child is.
A house here on the property.
Exactly. Where he is staying. Then I'll also talk with the house mother who's going to take care of the child. From there, then I will develop a child care plan. Which I will follow up, say making some guidelines with the help of my uncle. Exactly.
Oh, sounds great. It sounds like you do a lot more, though, from what I've seen. It sounds like you work like one-on-one with the children and as groups and follow up with them after they've maybe implemented some things like the guy giving the sermon today. I think you said afterwards you sit down with the group, and that's only one example, but sit down with the group and maybe give feedback about what they're doing. And then, so say a child comes here at 6 and stays till 18, sort of what's your hope after they've become independent adults?
Okay, my hope is to see them being someone else in life, independent people who are able to take care of themselves with focus.
And do you think that after a child comes from like the worst situation, they're trafficked or their parents abandon them or something like that, and they've grown up here, does it seem like they have a future? Like, does it seem like it's going to work?
Actually, the future, they will have a future. So if like the child is from that situation, we try to do some counseling, try to mold the child and give him a hope and a shoulder to lay on, and to try to protect. And we also go further, like if you try to reach the parents if possible, so that we can work hand in hand with the parents.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you mentioned yesterday too that it's not just, if it's possible, it's not just all about here. If somehow they can spend some time with their parents, maybe on a weekend or a holiday or something, so if they ever go to meet them again, it's not a weird situation where you're like, we raised your children, here you go. You're like, no, they sort of knew them while they were growing up, that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe you both can answer this question, but so what would be like some of the biggest challenges of being here? Would it be like fundraising, or would it be getting kids to school, or would it be maybe helping them with their future? Or what do you think would be one of, like, you can go first, what would you think would be one of the major challenges of working here?
I think one is limited. Can I say maybe?
Yeah, you can say as many as you want. Yeah, there may be 100. Whatever you think is the top three.
Thank you. So the children that we get are coming from all sorts of backgrounds. Yeah. You see, and we take these children and put them in a house. Yeah. And there are 8 of them or 6 of them, whatever number.
In one house together. It's like bunk beds or something.
Yeah, bunk beds. There's a house mother, and there are different ages and these kind of things. Yeah. And these are children who are coming from different parts of the country, different backgrounds, and all this. And you see. And sometimes we get them when they are old. We don't have a policy that discriminates to say up to this age or something like that. You see. So to try and make them a family. It's a challenge.
Oh, yeah, that would be a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Very different.
It's a challenge. Yeah, because they're coming from different social fabrics. You know, they're plugged from different backgrounds. But when they are here, we want them to be a family. Yeah. So for that to happen,
53 siblings.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Yes, but thankfully we have dedicated staff, and we have dedicated staff and a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance.
Yeah, patience.
That would be number one. Number two, I would say discrimination. Yeah. Discrimination from the society. I mean, I think you've seen. I think we have seen that we don't stay in town. So our neighbors is communal. It's just communal, like rural. Yeah. So people look at our children and think they are better off than our children. Yeah. No, these children stay in orphanage. You see, this kind of thing. So that, in a way, trickles down to the children.
Yeah, right. They kind of know. Yeah, at school,
sometimes they, as I said, a lot of them actually come from all sorts of. So Namibia has a lot of languages. Yeah. So each tribe has its own language. Yeah. So a lot of them don't speak the local language from here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if you take them to school, for example, they have to speak in English because we're an English-speaking community. Yeah. So one of my boys was actually telling me at school, the teachers were like, "Who do you think you are? Because you don't speak our language." Yeah. And it's like, if you speak in that language, I can't understand. I don't speak. And they're like, "Who do you think you are?" Those kind of things. Yeah. And there are people who just bring clothes or shoes that are done.
Oh, like they don't want them, so like
so they probably look at us as a dumping place,
Yeah, right.
Instead of them taking stuff to a dumping site, they just bring it here. Yeah. And several times we take these things and we go through them, or we don't even show those things to our children.
Yeah, right. You don't want them to think they're getting the worst.
Because our children will be thinking like, oh, okay, so people think we can wear this. Yeah. So there's that discrimination part. There's that discrimination part, and I would say discrimination and isolation. Yeah. See, we would love for the community to, because we believe we are raising these children for these communities.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the two of us are not even from here.
Yeah, right. Both from Zimbabwe. Yeah, interesting. That's interesting. Yeah.
So
everyone's an outsider.
Yeah. So we would love for the community to be part of this. Yeah. Let them come. I mean, on a Sunday, bring a ball. Come with your children. Yeah. Let them. Let's build relationships. Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That doesn't. So they look at us and think those people.
Yeah.
But you see, but we are raising Namibian children, and we are raising these children to be part of the mainstream community, to be part of the, So for me, that's a bit worrisome.
Yeah.
That's a bit worrisome, because at the end of the day, it kind of isolates our children. We take a lot of our children to private schools because of their background and this, So we take them to private schools and this kind. So for them to really get to associate with the locals, it's very limited.
It's challenging, yeah.
It's very, and we can't at the same time allow them to just go and roam around in the villages.
Yeah, right. Because people will know that the orphan kids, they don't have any parents, they're just roaming the streets.
These kind of things, and people might even take advantage, saying, "Look, those guys were here. They stole this. We are missing this." There have to be some sort of controls. Yeah. So our hope and prayer really is that the community starts seeing this as our thing, like their thing. This is their project, because once the child is done from here, they are going back to the same communities. They are going back to the same. They are not going to stay here forever. So that will be the and obviously the fundraising. Fundraising has been, especially with COVID. With Corona, because our funds come from churches, as I've said. It's a churches
mostly in the United States.
Mostly. I would say not even mostly. Largely, I mean, everything. Everything. So people go to church. A basket is given to people to. So last 2 years with Corona, people were not going to church, so people were not gathering. So we have a very dedicated, hardworking board in the States that raise funds. But every single month you get, and understandably so, get reports that things are getting So that's a challenge. That's a challenge. That's a challenge. And you saw our road. You saw our road.
Your roads. The road's terrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible, and that's even in its best state. It even gets worse than that. So when it's flooding time. Thankfully this year there wasn't flood. So it's flooding time. The road is completely covered by water. So we have to use the boat. That's why we have a boat.
The boat is to get around because you can't go on the road.
So
Oh, wow, I wouldn't have guessed that.
We have to. So we have to take our children who go to school in town and
on the boat to town.
No. They have to stay in town.
Oh, to stay in town.
They have to stay in town because we can't transport them to school every day on a boat.
You're right.
But there are some who have to stay here.
You're right.
So we have to supplies, So we have to use the boat to go to town because the road is completely. You can't drive.
Oh wow.
You can't drive.
I would have never thought of that.
So because of that, our cars now. The roads are bad. Our car, you see that bus. We have a bus there.
I saw the bus.
It's a year old, but because of the roads and all these kind of things, we have to change parts and these kind of things.
Wow.
That's another challenge.
Jeez Louise.
That's another. But we like it here.
On the outside, we like it. It's stunning. The location itself. I guess you had to grow up somewhere at all. The location's amazing with the river, which we're just on a chunk of because there's this island here, and we're on, I don't even know, maybe it's like 5 acres or something of land with trees and lots of shade. 7 acres? So quite a lot. So
we have a garden there, we have goats, all these kind of things. So we like it here. Away from the pollution of noise pollution in town. And,
just the hippos and the birds in the background, that kind of thing. Interesting. Okay, sounds great. So let's say, for example, you said the funds from the church aren't coming in as much as they used to. Do you have like an overall yearly budget you work within for food and clothing and bedding, or do you just take whatever comes and then decide what you can do with the money? Like how do you make it through the year with what you get?
Okay, so what we used to do before this recession. I think for a lack of a better word, I'll call it recession.
For sure.
We used to have a monthly budget. We used to have a monthly budget. Say, for example, this is just an example. Say 300,000 rands a month. Obviously, that will cover everything that we need, and we'll also have to see if there's something remaining. That's when we will start things like a goat project or things like that. But when this recession started, now we have to sit down and project how the month is going to go.
Yeah, right.
So we'll then go like, okay, so we need $10 for food.
Yeah.
We need, this is winter, we need $10 for winter clothing.
Yeah.
So we then request funds according to
what you can do.
Exactly, what we think we need.
Yeah.
And then, but then before the funds are wired, we sit down with those guys. They are like, okay, what are the priorities? Some things are taken out of the list. Yeah, you know, because it's tight.
Yeah.
Because it's tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means at the moment we are just surviving.
Yeah.
We just have to make it through the.
So what are the top priorities right now? Like what's some, like food, obviously.
Yes, food.
Yeah.
School.
Is there school free here?
It's free in government schools.
Government schools.
But our children go to private schools.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. You see, government schools, with due respect, here the government schools are a bit crowded.
Yeah.
You know, the teacher learner ratio is 35 to 50.
Yeah, right.
In a class.
35 to 50 students in one class?
Yes. Whoa. Crowded.
Whoa.
Crowded. I mean, I've gone through that same system,
right.
Not here, of course, but in Zimbabwe, these things are almost the same.
Yeah.
Now, you take my child. I have a child who came here when he was 12.
Yeah.
Never been to school.
Never been to school ever?
Yes, at 12 years.
Yeah.
So that means his peers are probably grade 5, 6.
Yeah, right.
Then you take this guy, and unfortunately he's quite big.
Yeah.
You take him and put him in a government school.
Yeah.
Where his classmates are 6 years old.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
But at a private school, it works because number one, they are few in numbers.
Yeah.
The teacher ratio, teacher-child ratio is better.
Yeah.
I mean, like where they go. I mean, the biggest class I think is 16 children. 16. Yes.
Oh,
that's
way different.
That's the biggest. But also in private schools, because we pay money, I'm able to go and tell the teachers that, you see, this is what's happening. I want you to pay more attention to this guy. You see,
here's why. Here's what he needs.
Yes, why. I mean, we can.
You probably know a lot too what each person needs and what they're good at.
Yes. Yeah. You see, but you can't do that with government schools.
Yeah. Just like.
So if you send our children to government schools, then they'll be bullied.
Just another number.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and then it defeats our existence in the first place, because we want to change these children's lives, and we believe education is the backbone to that. Yeah. So that's why we send our children to private schools.
Good.
Yeah. That's why we send them. So yeah. That's a cost. Yeah. And another cost as well is staff.
Staff, right?
Yeah. Because my wife and I are missionaries. Yeah. It's not a salaried position.
Oh, it's not salary at all?
Yeah, it's not.
How do you live?
Stipends and these kind of things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot of work.
But 25 other staff members.
25?
Yes.
Oh, large staff, yeah. Well, that's what you were saying that yesterday, so there was more than 20,
Yeah. 25 other staff members.
Yeah.
Can be volunteers.
Yeah, right.
They are, you see?
Yeah.
They are on a salary.
Yeah.
They are on a salary. And things have been, of late, with COVID, food prices and all this kind of
right.
So when
prices going up and the funds going down.
But then you also have to make sure their salary increases as well, because at the end of the day they have to provide for their families.
Yeah, right.
You know, but now these salaries are also coming from the same pocket, which has been becoming smaller and smaller and smaller.
It's getting a little bit less of the pie.
Yeah. And obviously, as children grow, like now we have 2 children who started their first year of vocational education.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, just a month ago.
Yeah.
So that obviously that means it's an extra expense.
Yeah.
Because now they're in vocational, they have different timetables. You have to arrange for their transport. You have to arrange the laptops. You have to pay monthly. Yeah. Those kind of things.
Yeah, Felix was saying yesterday that even to go to school, it's 3 different trips or something every day, because you have to. The first one kids go, and then you come back, and the next kids go, and you come back.
Yeah.
So always organizing and lots more costs.
And unfortunately, because of the Ukraine and the Russia thing, gas prices are almost double.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, what I can tell you is there's never a boring day here.
Yeah,
not even a single day.
That's what we asked Felix yesterday, is if he gets, like, if he has a day off during the week, and he's like...
A day off? What?
Yeah, he's like, when you're a parent, you can't just say, I need a day off, I want a day off, see you later, I'm taking a break.
It's a challenge. That's why we believe for you to survive here, it has to be a calling.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it has to be a calling. Yeah. If you look at it as my job, then you have problems.
Yeah, right.
You have problems. I always say this to our staff, that ours is not a job.
Yeah, right.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. So on that note, I'll go back to you, Uncle Felix. So if it's a calling, how did you end up here? Like, if you're from Zimbabwe, this is a different country, it's a different place from where you lived, it's a different language. What brought you here?
Okay. Actually, I was looking for place outside Zimbabwe.
You're looking for somewhere? Oh.
Yeah. Why? I want to learn more.
Yeah.
Apart from our culture, what we believe on, and other things. So I decided to apply here, so that I will learn.
You'll learn a lot here.
A lot, so that I will be well equipped social worker when I go out there.
Yeah.
I will be able to handle situation in a different way.
Yeah.
Because if I spend much time in Zimbabwe, automatically means that I will learn more in Zimbabwean culture, what we believe in.
Yeah, right.
So it will be a challenge when I go out starting, so that I'll face a challenge, because as countries we believe in different things.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great opportunity for me to learn as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I give much credit to my uncle, who accepted me to be part and parcel for this organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is giving me a good time to learn.
Yeah. I think you're teaching and learning at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And if so, Uncle Toa, if you're a missionary, so did you know that another church say you could be used here, or did you just happen to find this place? How did you end up here also?
It's a long story.
Okay.
It's a very long story. We actually,
it was a calling.
Yeah. We actually, I mean, God has His ways.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, God has His ways. So, my wife was working in Zambia.
Yeah.
And her boss knew one of the board members.
Yeah.
Who board members for this organization.
Yeah.
So they spoke and said, look, we have this vacancy and this kind of thing. And that's how we got to know about the vacancy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And but we had a covenant with God that we would want to serve in something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you got what you're looking for.
Yeah. So I mean, it's God.
Yeah.
It's God. When we came here, we were the youngest in terms of age.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But you both look pretty young.
Yeah. No, he's young.
Oh, yesterday.
24.
24?
24, Felix, right?
Yeah. I thought you were actually older yesterday, and you said that, and you're like, 24.
It's because of the beard. Right?
Yeah, right. Just trying to look a little older.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. On the God note, so we got invited to church today, and I'll be honest with you, I don't go to church very often, but I've definitely been to church a lot in different parts of the world. And today was pretty fun, actually. It was really good. There was lots of dancing and singing, and it was nice to see.
Way.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Everyone's in there, and it was funny because Felix was over. He's like, "Can you dance?" And I'm like, "No, but she can." He's like, "Okay." So then we got up and everyone started dancing. I'm like, "Oh, he knew this was coming because we had to get up and dance." And it was really nice. And it seemed like everyone was having a good time, and even the small children, who typically would just be like, were pretty much holding their attention the whole time, and seemed like they liked it as well. Was that a typical Sunday service? Pretty standard, singing, dancing, that kind of thing? Yeah.
And it's wonderful that the older kids are in charge of leading it.
Okay.
That's fantastic. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, everyone was involved.
Yeah, it was how they plan it. I don't know if you want to explain that, Uncle Felix, about how they take turns every Sunday in a different group of the older kids plan what church will look like, what you were kind of explaining to us yesterday.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I group them into, we have two groups.
Yeah.
So each group, it has something like 12 members.
Yeah.
12 members. So they'll take a lead. They'll start practicing for the songs that they are going to sing on Sunday. Then they will take the full responsibility of running the service.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Like as you see today, they choose who is going to be the MC. They choose who is going to lead the prayers. The choir team who is going to preach, and who is going to give blessings and closing the service. So us uncles will be at the bench, seeing what they are doing, seeing how they are progressing.
Yeah.
So if they are done with the service, then we take the group that was leading, we sit down and evaluate the service, their performance. We encourage them where we highlight first on areas where they did well. I did well with this, keep it up. Yeah. But you need to adjust on these areas A, B, C, D. So we try to find a motivative way for them, so that they won't feel discouraged, but they feel motivated to keep on doing it. So that's why we have our groups. It's not. I used to tell them that we are not competing, but we just want to give each and everyone a chance to participate. Because if you had one group, it means that it will take time for everyone to participate. So if they are in small number of groups, it is easy for everyone to participate and to contribute something to the group. At the same time, they are learning to be the leaders.
Yeah, it seemed like it worked. It seemed like everyone sort of felt like they had their own role, and they weren't looking. I didn't feel like they were looking to the audience or to you to see if they were doing it right. They were kind of looking to each other to make sure, like, okay, I did my part. Now it's your turn. This is your
being
group
a team.
Singing. Now we're singing as a team. Okay, you're in charge of the music. You go do the music. They looked at each other. They didn't look for approval on the outside.
Exactly. They organize each other. They know you are doing this. They are doing this. So the MC will be leading the service. One who's directing. Yeah. So like the MC just go to the stage. Then say it's now time for prayers. Let's call upon a certain. Maybe it's Joshua. Yeah. Then Joshua will come and do prayers. Like today, it was my Hindi.
Yeah. He was good. He was great.
Yeah. That's good. He was also assisted by Marcella, that girl you saw.
Oh yeah, right.
Then after that, they'll call other children who have registered their names to do testimonies and other talents that they have to show and to praise to God. Yeah. Like singing, dancing, memory verse. Unfortunately, today we really need children who are doing memory verses. Memory verses. Memorizing chapters, and so other children who are leading. Then so we give them platform to organize the church service and themselves. So it's equipping them to be good people and leaders for the future.
That seems like it's working. Seems like it's working great.
And on that note, leaders for the future, like you were explaining yesterday, Felix. Not only is this a safe place for them where they get their food, their shelter, their clothing, love, hugs, all that kind of stuff, you had mentioned as well that teaching them about independence, being able to rely on themselves, like making sure that they know that somebody's not always going to do something for them, whether it's cleaning their room or making their bed or whatever it is. So you're giving them those life skills here that they can take out into the community and hopefully make good decisions and be good community members and all of that stuff.
That's why I mentioned that as staff members, with the help of my uncle, we to the children, we don't want it to sound like as an orphanage or as an organization.
Yeah, right.
It is their home. Yeah. Their home. That's why they do chores. Regardless of gender. You find a boy cleaning the room, washing dishes. You can find boys cleaning, sweeping the yard, cleaning the cars. This is their home. Yeah, right. At home, a child, if his parents has cars, they clean the cars. So you can find children cleaning, sweeping, even helping in kitchen department. This is we are trying to raise them in any way possible so that they will be good people. They won't face challenges. Because sometimes they might find themselves somewhere where they are just living alone, no one. So he or she will be able to sweep, to cook, because he cannot die of hunger that he is not able to cook. Sleeping in dirty house because he doesn't know
the skills. Yeah,
life skills.
Yeah, no, it's good. Okay, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, so I just have a couple more questions, and then I'll let you get back to your day.
No, that's right.
So we showed up here completely by mistake, or by calling, or however you want to view it. We just happened to be over there, and I heard the people singing. But if, say, like tourists or volunteers or people from other churches wanted to come here in the future, would you be open to them coming and visiting or going to church or stopping by? Or do you prefer to be kind of invite only or something like that? Like, would you like to have other tourists stop by?
Yeah, sure. Would love that. Would love that. Obviously, would love that. But I think at that level, if they are, for example, coming from outside the country or something, I think we have to communicate with the board first.
Yeah, right.
Not to seek any approval, because we believe these are not our children.
Yeah, right.
You know, we are just entrusted to raise them.
Yeah.
You know, but they are God's children.
Yeah.
And God sends different people from
all over the place.
Yeah, you know. So who are we to stop God's children to come and visit?
Yeah.
You know. So obviously, we do not have any problems with that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we are getting volunteers from the States.
Oh wow!
Next month.
Yeah. Oh wow!
They do come every year. Obviously, because of the travel, what they didn't come 2 years ago. But last year they came. Oh. This year they are coming. Oh, great. This year, for them it's easy because they're coming from the core church. Yeah. Mount Zion. Yeah. So they organize themselves and they come. Yeah. But we will be receptive of any other volunteers coming. Yeah. Another volunteers coming. I think what we'll be interested in is to see what they believe in. Yeah, right. Because if you've seen, our children are open-minded. Yeah, right. Very, very, very receptive and all this. Yeah. So we wouldn't want, with due respect, to expose our children to people who believe in, it's a free world. Yeah, right. People believe in all sorts of everything. We wouldn't want to expose our children to things that we think are not how we want to raise them. Right. Yeah. So if we pass that test, that because we're a Christian organization, want to raise our children in a Christian-like manner. Yeah. If we can confirm to that, right. There should be no problem.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And then, so if someone watches this video and they wanted to donate funds or donate goods or something, should they get in contact with you? Say someone watches video from the United States and they said, hey, we wanted to donate some funds to your organization. Should they contact the church in the United States, or should they contact you directly and be like, we'd like to donate something, whatever you need. Maybe you need clothes or food or money or something like that.
I think for coordination purposes, it's easy to contact the church in the States. Okay, yeah. Because that's where the fundraising, where all the fundraising efforts are led. Yeah. Obviously, we can't say if someone comes. Another couple on Friday. Yeah. That just happened by and said, look, we were told this is an orphanage. Yeah. Then they brought it 2,000 rands. 2,000 rands? Yeah. They're like, no, I mean, this is what we have. Yeah. We're thankful for what you are doing. Yeah. Please buy the children something. Yeah. Obviously, we can't say go to the States. You know what I mean? But if it's something like that, because there are also regulations, I think, with the banks and things like this. Right. I mean, they are always suspicious of monies coming from all this. Yeah. So I think and also because there are committees in the States that run this fundraising. Yeah, right. Gotcha. Yeah, and it's easy. You see, this is a third world country. Yeah. It's easy to get this coordinated from the States. Yeah. It's easy to get. Yeah, and we have a website, by the way. Okay. Yeah, we have a website. Yeah, we have a website, and all the contact details are there.
Okay, what's the website?
www.childrenofzion.org.
.org.
Yeah. Okay. So Children of Zion, no space. Yeah. Yeah. childrenofzion.org.
Childrenofzion.org.
Oh, yes.
And then the church is the Zion
Mount
Church?
Zion.
Mount Zion in Maryland.
Yeah, Mount Zion, yes.
Mount Zion.
United Methodist Church of Mount Zion. Okay. Bel Air, Maryland. So once you get to the website, all the details are there. Oh, perfect. And the website is actually run from that side.
Oh, that's great.
So it's easy. Yeah. It's easy that way. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, hopefully someone watches this video and they want to go into the website and maybe they can help out. It seems like a really great place. The people are very friendly and genuine. The children were really nice and quite receptive to us, actually. Everyone just sort of came up and they were curious, like what we were doing and why we were here.
New faces.
New faces, yeah. just because we just came strolling in. But we came back a few times now, and then everyone's like, "Oh, we know you guys."
And they welcomed us very warmly, so we appreciate that a lot.
We even got hugs at church today.
Yeah.
The children stopped at the door, and they're like, "Excuse me, excuse me."
Yeah. So that's one of the things that keeps us going.
Yeah.
The warmth from the children.
Yeah.
The warmth from the children. I mean, not blowing our own trumpets, but our children are sweet. I always tell people that, look, we are raising sweet children.
Yeah.
Very, very sweet. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes it's difficult. But yeah.
Yes.
I mean, seeing the children grow and there are children that come here, malnutrition, sometimes it's a mess.
Yeah.
Like our youngest came when she was, I think, 7 days old.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she was damn
7 days old.
Yeah, a week old.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is her whole life. She'll know.
Yeah. So
that's kind of good, I guess. That she only know this.
to then observe her grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling. I'm telling you, I'm not sure if there's another exciting feeling better than that.
Oh, that's great.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah.
She grew up with 53 brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you very much for letting us chat and for having us at your place and for inviting us to church today. And everyone's been really
amazing.
welcoming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sounds great. That's good.